Okay, I believe we are live. Good afternoon, everyone, or good morning and good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Uzair, and thanks for joining with me. So, today is the last session of the week, and hope your week has been a very productive one. In today's session, I've been sent quite a few questions which I would like to go through and answer them for you, and they're very interesting as well, with regards to budgets and campaigns, etc. So let's drop and jump right in. If you want to send me any questions, then you can put them in the comment box on the right hand side, or if you're watching this video, you can put it in the comment box at the bottom, and I'll pick it up and put them in my next sessions. Okay, so let me share my screen. Now today Google announced something very interesting and new for the Google call ads. I'll hop onto that page. Not sound a very dramatic change in the ads, but basically they've added something quite different and new, which is this call ads. And the reason being is, instead of just having a button to make the call, you also have a button to take someone to the landing page. Now I know a lot of you are running Google call ads with not a very good landing page or a website. All you have is a simple page where your phone number can be verified. But now you have this option. So this is not a compulsory button. It can be optional. So if you put in the website URL, it will pop up. If you leave it blank as before, then it won't show the call button or head name. You got your two headlines: business name, phone number, and the character count is the same, 90 characters. That's all that has been changed. So something new from Google for the Google call ads. Okay, next question. I'll make it bigger. How do I calculate my Google Ads budget? No such thing as a good or a bad. It all depends how much budget you have got. The way to calculate your Google Ads is, you need to work out, okay, how many potential visitors you want on your website to come every day. Whether you want 10, 20, 50 or 100. And then you work out your average cost per click. Now, if your account is brand new and you don't have any historical data, then you need to look into the suggested pricing in the Google. And let's say Google is charging you $1 a click. Then you times it by the number of visitors, and you'll work out how much budget you need for each day or per month. Initially, you want to keep it very small. Test it, the performing, then you scale it. When you are getting a positive return on investment, what that means is, every time you give $1 to Google and you're getting multiple back, let's say you're getting $5 back, then you don't want your budget to be restricted or limited. Because why would you stop playing this game when you give one and you get 5 back? You want to keep on doing this, or playing this game all day long, and you can get as many clicks as you like from Google, but you need to make sure that you are profitable, and then you start scaling it. So start small always, and then you grow your budget. How can I enable Google AdSense where you want ads placed by Google? So I believe you are trying to monetize your website or blog. So for that you need to sign up to a Google AdSense account. Once you are approved, then you can embed that piece of code onto your website or blog wherever you want those ads to appear, and you'll be able to put up ads on your website. For that you need an AdSense account. And that is here's another question for Google AdSense. What are the differences between Google Ads and AdSense? So Google Ads is for the advertiser who is paying Google to advertise their business. Google AdSense is for the publisher who is the owner of the website to place ads on my website. Every time somebody clicks on that, I earn a percentage from Google of that click, which is paid by the advertiser to Google. So this is the difference between the two. Okay, the next one is, what is eligible learning in Google ad campaign, target, CPA, maximize clicks, or any kind of automated campaign or bidding? You need to let the system learn what you are looking for. So what you will have is, you will have set up a conversion tracking first to let Google know this is the kind of conversions I'm looking for, whether it's a sign up, purchase, view of a important page, or sign up to your email newsletter, and so on. And if Google has got no data from history, it needs to learn that, and that is when this eligible learning status will show up. Quite often it will take a few days, sometimes maybe a week or so, for it to learn. The algorithm needs to learn. Once it knows what you're looking for, then it's going to change to eligible only, and that's the difference. Okay. This is a very interesting question. Can I expect my Google Ads campaign to be successful overnight? Yes and no. Most probably no, not. If that was the case, the whole world will be running ads on Google and every campaign will be profitable. It used to be the case many years ago when it was fairly new, and whatever you put up, you start to get traffic, and because there was so little competition, your campaigns would start to perform. Right now there's so much competition and choices for the consumer that they will look at various options before they decide to convert, and that's where you need to be very aggressive in your bidding. You need to be very aggressive in your marketing. You need to be at every touch point. So for example, I'm doing a YouTube live right now, putting myself out there. In about 45 minutes time I will be going live on Instagram, so I am putting myself out on that channel and platform for that audience. So you need to do the same thing. If you have got a great strategy to reach your audience at every touch point, yes, you can get successful or profitable very quickly and continue to grow your campaign. But if you decide to set up a couple of campaigns on Google Ads, throw them up and expect miracles, then it's not going to happen. Because the other thing is, if your brand is not well known or nobody knows about your brand, then you need to work extremely hard to build up that trust. But if you're selling a very well-known brand and you are piggybacking on their brand, on their branding, then of course people will trust that brand, and they are going to buy from you. If you were a reseller, so for example, if you were selling an iPhone, they are buying the product and they are just using your company because they believe in that product. So having a successful campaign has got lots of variables and levers which you need to push and pull, and then it's going to start to work and give you a profitable return. Okay. Next question. Which is better, Google Ads campaign without goal guidance or with, for lowest CPC? The goal guidance I've covered quite a bit, and this is where the confusion comes up. So when you click on that plus button for the new campaign and you've got a variety of goal guidance, if you choose one of the options, you get less features available. But if you set up a campaign without the goal guidance, you get the full spectrum of all the features which are available from Google. So it does not mean that which is better. It just means that what you are looking for. So if you want that the most flexibility for your campaign setup, then run a campaign without the goal guidance option. That does not mean that you are running a campaign without conversion tracking. You should never run a campaign without conversion tracking, because once you start to run and you're starting to get conversions, and then you switch over to an automated bidding and you don't have conversion tracking set up, you don't know, the machine does not know what you are looking for. So 100% first set up your conversions and then set up your account. So running up a campaign with or without goals, it really does not matter. How do you run split landing page tests with Google Ads campaign experiments? So this is two different things. First of all, running split landing page tests, yes, you can run using a variety of methods. One is Google Optimize, which is free to use and it's a great tool, and all you can do is you can tell Google send half the traffic to page 1 and half the traffic to page 2, and then you let it run for a period of time and then see whether which one is performing better and which one isn't. So you need to create two landing pages using but Google Optimize is where it will control the traffic, so you can split 60-40, 50-50, or however you want. The experiments in Google campaigns is the options where you can then tell Google that I want to experiment with manual versus auto smart bidding, or any other kind of experiment you need to do. But you can also run split tests through experiments, and that's the whole point of having an experiment, so that you don't create a new campaign and then mess up all your conversions, and your customer may then come back to you and said, well, it was working fine, now we've stopped getting all the conversions. Why is that? Just because of your new experiment where you tried to make the campaign run a bit better and it had the opposite effect. So with the experiment in Google Ads, what you can do is to experiment with a certain percentage of the traffic in that campaign, so you're not messing up the whole campaign. And it's pretty good to an isolated landing page. So this is what we call a dedicated landing page, and you're not sending the traffic to the website. I would run a campaign to a landing page, just a dedicated landing page most of the time, because there are no distractions. That landing page has got the focus for just that product or service. There are no navigation bars at the top. There is no other information about any other product or service you offer. There is no distractions where somebody can start reading about something different. All that landing page will do is focus on that offer which was promised on that ad. When they saw that ad, they clicked on it, they came to your landing page, and you want them to convert as quickly as possible. And that's what you need to do. We use a product called Unbounce to create our landing pages, but you can use a number of apps or create a dedicated landing page just by using WordPress or as a complete HTML. So that it really doesn't matter what you are using, but you will find the conversion rates are high on a dedicated landing page when you run paid traffic to it. Okay, I've got a comment from or a question from Wesley. I'll copy that over here. So, okay, what would be the best practices for targeting in-market plus keyword versus in-market pre-selected by YouTube or Google Ads? Wesley, you need to set up two different ad groups. One with the first option as the audience and the second one with the second option, and then run it and see the difference. There's no way I or anyone else can tell you which is going to perform better. Every campaign is different, every market, every location is different. It may work in one country or area, but it may not work in the other places. So this is why it is the best thing about Google Ads or any kind of online ads is you can split test, you can make multiple tests and run these ads and test it. Then you decide, okay, this test worked, this one didn't, so I'm going to shift the budget from the one where it didn't work and put it on the ad group where it did work. So I would never ever give any kind of advice other than to tell you that yes, you do test. In market plus keywords, if I was to do a combination of audiences, then I would test topic plus keyword, because in market audience are the people who are already searching about that product or services on Google. So you want to keep it as pure as possible. You don't want to pollute it with some other audiences over it. But then you can test it and make multiple, or make as many ad groups as you like, and see which one is working, which one isn't working, and you should get your answer. Okay, so I haven't got any other questions, so thank you for being with me for today's episode. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Monday afternoon at 5 o'clock UK time. But if you are free in 30 minutes from now, pop over to Instagram at SF Digital. I'll be going live, and you can connect with me and ask me any questions you like using your smartphone, where you can actually talk to me rather than chat to me through the YouTube chat box. So wish you all the best. Take care. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.